Alright, welcome back to episode 12 of Radiant Pandemonium, where we left off. Not only did the party go deeper into the cavern of Alkine itself, but they end up finding out a little bit more of their history. A little bit of history that is unseen to their eye. They met one of the quote unquote nicknames of these creatures called the Bellows. They met the Hunger of Pandemonium. In their time, they began to flee. As they were fleeing, one of their members got knocked out entirely. Then they had to flee the whole entire cavern, escaping not only the gibbering Malver, but a few more creatures within this cave, to where it was nightfall outside, to where Sage and Budar have been keeping an eye out for the whole entire party, making sure nothing happened, to where everybody fell asleep except for Drift. Drift decided to stay up all night to make sure no one was following or anything gets out of that cave. As soon as he got out, like as soon as he was looking out and he was looking into the cave, he had a glimmer of different images in like a insomniac, pretty much hallucinant state, to where he saw a beaming red eyes deep into the cavern of Alkive. To where we pick off at that moment right now, to where Drift is experiencing pretty much in that, again, in the exact same state, in an insomniac state. Drift,
Yes.
give me a wisdom save.
Oh no. I got a 4 total.
A 4 total.
Yeah, I rolled a 2 on the die and I have a +2 to save.
You are hearing trembling in your mind as this whole entire thing is happening to you. You're in your mind saying, I need to get some sleep, but I'm making sure no one harms my party anymore. No one harms my friends anymore. You are getting that glimmer as like a lot of noise is like bashing like thunder in your head. You're getting flashes of distant memories. Pretty like I wouldn't say near on into the future, but specific moments to where that shadowy figure of this man with scarlet eyes is just beaming out, and you're just like grabbing your forehead, where you see your party is either knocked out on one side of your mind, and on the other side, they're looking right past you at something entirely new and different with a dark silhouette around it. You hear trembling in that whole entire monotonous tone. Waterboy, tell me something. Do you really not trust half your party? I mean, you pretty much gave the idea of you don't trust Giles whatsoever. I mean, do you hate everybody in your party?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I mean, I would like to know a whole hell of a lot. I would love to know every single bit. I want to know what is ticking on the back of your mind, what's burning in that deep pit crevice in your itty bitty brain. I want to know that piece of chaotic in your life. I want to know that pure wild side, boy.
See, the problem with all that is, I'm not in the mood to tell anybody that. Not that it would be to begin with.
So, you are nothing but a false shepherd. Just
Same could be said about you.
I mean, you really can't call me the false shepherd. I mean, what exactly do you know about me except I make every bit of everybody's worst nightmare into a true reality. So, what do you think you know about me? What do you think? Come on, tell me, Jeff. Tell me, what do you really think you know about me?
Well, let's see. The previous group failed to stop you, obviously, because you're still around.
I mean, maybe.
You get into the minds of others, so much so that they forget what's affecting me right now. To be honest, I'm not really sure. You had Giles almost kill me, which was interesting.
You see, that doesn't make me a false shepherd. A false shepherd
It
will
does.
always
A false
lie.
shepherd.
A false shepherd
Yeah.
would lie his way just to make sure he is safe himself. However, I told you guys, your whole entire group, since day one, I am nothing but chaos. I am an endless cell creeping in the back of your mind. That one piece of you, that raw hatred. I make your dreams into nightmares, and your nightmares into my power. Since when have I lied about that?
Very basis of it, to be honest. Because you lied to Giles and made him think that he was attacking people, he was attacking friends in reality. Your entire power is lying to people.
If
You're a
anything,
false shepherd because that is what you are in your entirety. And you're trying to become an actual one.
if anything for a fact, as I mentioned, false shepherds, true, they might lie, but it's only to protect themselves. However, do you really think I would need to go into the mind of Giles, have him attacked, and quote unquote, I never mentioned they were different people. I told them they were silhouettes of you guys, of shooting mouse. A false shepherd will protect anything for himself. Me, I'm not protecting gods. I'm not hiding myself and protecting myself from you guys. If anything, all of you are just, as you can see, his hand rivers out of that silhouette, showing strings of blood. All of you are just small, itty bitty puppets that I get to play with for a long time. I mean, all of you
Would
have
that
my
be the other group
interests.
included?
Other group is definitely included, mainly because they're just old broken toys. I can fix them, and I can put them back together and use my powers any. If you think that I'm a big liar, Drift, if you think my power is false, if you think my manipulations aren't a part of my procedure and power, how about I show you a little taste? Give me a constitution save. Jerry.
Yep. Sorry about that. I was muted. But I got a 25 on that save. I rolled 19.
On a 19.
Yeah, I got a 19 and got a plus 6 to the save because fighter.
How bad did it cut out exactly on your guys' end?
Like, The glitching kicked back in when you started like going into the whole if you don't think my powers are real, then I'll show you kind of bit. But
Oh,
I
I'm keeping.
have no
I'm,
idea what.
I'm actually keeping that. Never mind. That is perfect, actually.
It's
But
if you heard it, yeah, it might sound pretty good actually.
on a 19, though, you start getting a miraculous nosebleed. Starting from your nose, your eyes start creeping in of blood to where you see ripping out of that shadow, kind of like pulling out the edges, slipping out to where he is right in front of you. Still keeping that red, but has like a little bit more revealing to himself instead of like that shadowy look, to where you can only just see his eyes. You see a red tint in a flash, and his eyes kind of has like a cosmic imbue to it, but peering through his eyes is nothing but hollow. Everything about his appearance so far, what you can see, it kind of has a little bit of a fightery, kind of druidic kind of barbarian-like look to it.
Hmm.
You see him walking forward as everything is starting to like gush up from your eyes and your nose of blood. You see him walk forward in that Cheshire grin, teeth all the way, kind of like the Joker, and is just walking towards you. Now listen, Turtle. Do you really think I would be lying as if I can just do this? To where you see him walk up towards you, and if you think what you're feeling isn't real, it is 100% true. To where you can literally see him grab like the front of your shell, like the body part of your shell of where your cloak is, rip the cloak, and you start feeling peeling as your skin is being forced complete out of the shell to where it's starting to spread evenly.
Hold on.
Everybody
Am I
can.
able to move or am I paralyzed?
You are able to move, but he's actually pulling against it.
Hmm. Oh boy.
See, as he's like just peeling you away, to where your chest is starting to rip from your like from your shell, and like a lot of tendons are starting to reveal itself as he's like holding out his hand as like that one crevice is open, and he takes about the like his index, his middle, and his ring, and just starts stabbing his fingers straight to where that part is, pumping you with something that does not feel very. It's of arcane like, but reverse divination of heaven and hell. Something extremely worse.
Hmm.
I need you to take 38 points of damage.
Oh boy. Oh no. That is
If
very hurting.
to where you're being pumped, I will say everybody can hear the scream to where it's forcing everybody to jump out of their sleep.
A quick question about us sleeping. Does that count as us having a long rest? Yes or no?
Yes,
Awesome. I gain my spell slots.
everybody
Thank you.
can everybody can hear Drift screaming at the top of his lungs. Or you hear Budar yell out in a rage and just start slashing straight at the air to where that image dissipates. Drift, your whole body of your veins in that part that he ripped open to where your chest is starting to heal back, but it's leaving a nasty, nasty scar.
Dang, bro, don't know what to tell you. Shouldn't have stood watch.
You
You're
It was gonna
welcome.
happen to one of them, but I mean, hey, thanks for taking one for the team.
You
I
No,
did say
are
I trust
anyway.
you.
Budar is literally looking at you. You okay?
No. I don't feel okay.
Come on, you gotta get some sleep.
Hmm.
Time to get some sleep. We'll talk about it in the morning if you are up for it. Maybe do you need a drink now, or just take the rest and go with it?
Well, I'll just sleep. I'm good. Thanks.
Right, right, right. To
So I'm gonna run out and I'm gonna look at the source and I'll be like, "Hey, what's going on?"
you see Giles run up to you, like run up to like the source to where both you and Peter are walking back from. Drift to where he's
Hmm.
saying what's going on. What'd you say?
I'm not really too focused on that right now. If that hurt as much as it seems like it would, uh, not really focusing on the things around me, just trying to get to bed.
Um, so I should notice something's wrong with his chest.
If you want to take an investigation, Drift. If you're trying
Okay.
to hide it, make a deception. But if you're not, it'll just be investigation.
That's a 23.
Uh, Gary, you don't want to hide it.
Nah, I don't. I just want to get to bed.
You see about. I'm trying to think of the size. Um, from where it's close to like his collarbone, all the way down to where it hits pretty much like the bottom of his chest. That's how big the scar is on the size of the body. To where it's healing up, but it is red and like showing a lot of tendons on his body, like a lot of veins. He is in. He looks in very bad shape from your investigation, Giles.
I knew something was wrong. You didn't get a lot of sleep, did you, bugger?
I'm not even focusing on the world around me at all. I'm just trying to get to bed.
You guys,
I can see that.
you're heading straight to bed to where Yudar is putting his axe away, cleaning it up a bit, and you guys head back to sleep to where it's now morning. It's a new day.
Just out of curiosity, after that rest, does he regain any hit points from that, or is he just the only one that didn't get a long rest?
A long rest is a long rest. Longer than 4 hours, longer than 8 hours. Long rest is a long rest.
So does he heal back to full?
Again, the long rest.
All right. Yay! I was about to just make him chug a healing potion if he was still hurt, but I mean, if he still looks hurt, I'm gonna offer it to him. I'll get up just
Yeah, I'm
normally.
sure it's gonna scar. There's gonna be something remaining.
Mm-hmm.
The only time that star goes away
Yeah.
is regeneration.
Yeah.
I'll just sit up in my tent and look around and remember what I have to do. Step outside and then see if I can see anybody else awake.
Everybody is getting their bearings up. Aileen is kind of doing her thing, kind of like getting prepared.
I wake up off of the ground. I didn't make it to a tent. Nothing.
Oh wait, yeah, that I forgot. She did pass out outside of her tent. She took
I
one
passed out
step.
at the mouth of the cave.
She was so close. She and her mind thought she was so close. She took one step up that cave, faceplant.
He saw the tent and thought, "Oh, it's safe."
But
Yeah. Is she
Vidar,
still passed out on the ground?
she'd be up by now.
Okay. Sitting up. Are you sitting up right now? Have you already gotten up? Stuff.
Vidar
Yeah.
is picking up his tent. Sage is picking up his tent. Her tent, not his. Continue.
Do you want me to help you with that? Would you like me to pack up my tent as well, Budar?
I mean, I think everybody else is doing it except for Aileen because she kind of slept on the ground.
But there was a tent for her. I'll pack up one, and if I have time after I pack up that one, I'll help pack hers up as well.
You guys are getting your bearings, things sorted out. You see Budar. Okay, what's the plan? First off, what did you guys see in there? You see Sage kind of
Oh,
like getting her stuff like picked up together. Like, okay, yeah, pretty much. What exactly did you guys see? Because if anything, the way you guys came out, you look like you've been through 5 different wars. Like,
layers of hell. Yeah, I know what you were thinking. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Would you like to know? Yeah,
if
we saw the one of the most disgusting looking aberrations I've seen in my entire life.
aberrations aren't that disgusting, what exactly did you two see? Well, one, two, what exactly did you foresee?
I didn't get a very good Aileen. Did you see really its shape? I saw kind of a glimpse. It looked terrifying. Is it as terrifying as I think it is?
Eileen just describes it in full detail.
Is she
Wait, hold,
smiling while she does it? The
Oh yes.
sadistic person.
Yes, she is very much smiling sadistically as she says it.
Yeah, it
hold on.
was gross.
Hold on. So you see, Sage. You're telling me this: 3 people who did not have dark vision whatsoever, who can't see in the dark whatsoever,
Mhm.
went in there, putting you
Mhm.
guys at a super disadvantage.
Mhm.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? We didn't even think about it before we went in.
And you guys saw a creature who is the size bigger than a size bigger than a giant, with its
Mhm.
mouth going all the way to its chest, razor sharp teeth, a claw for a hand, 2 hands and an arm, body on
Mhm.
body, with a crown caged on its head, with multiple eyes from its forehead and hairline going all the way close to the bridge.
Yeah, it was dark. Have you've seen something like heard of anything like that?
Have I heard? No!
I didn't think so. It was terrifying.
Question!
I don't even know if any of us knew what it was.
Question for a fact of, for the 3. No, I'm not putting this nicely anymore. For the 3 idiots that didn't take the torches and use the torches that we gave you, because the 2 humans and the turtle can't see anything, just went into the cave when we have a half orc, an elf, and a shifter like me that can see in the dark, and you didn't decide to, I don't know, probably use the torches that we gave you.
Oh, we used the torches. They just weren't very helpful. Yeah,
Torches!
thinking back, it was a really dumb idea.
The torches are supposed to be light. Why didn't you have any light? All 3 of you are blind.
Hey, you know what I could go for right now? Some
You see,
carrots.
you see, Budar is sipping and drinking, and is like, "Oh," and they called me an idiot, and just starts drinking.
You are buddies.
I am
You are,
not.
but we love you for it.
I am not an idiot. "Oh look, beer," and just starts drinking away.
My point.
And that is why
Okay.
we love him. I would like to discuss really quickly with all of you. So we are not going to leave anybody behind this time. I've decided we can pack up all these tents, leave no trace, like we were never here, and I'm going to cast alarm on the entrance of the door to the cave. At first level, so it lasts for 8 hours, and it's triggered whenever something walks into it, I believe. Yeah, set an alarm against unwanted intrusion. How wide is the door to the cave? If it's less than 20 feet, I can surround the entire thing.
It's more than 20 feet. I can tell you that.
Mm.
About
How wide is it
it's like
from edge to edge of
from
the door?
edge to edge. Trying to think. Since it's about because you're wanting to do 20 feet, this thing is about 35 feet odd. So about according to feet wise, doing math, about 7.0. I think that's a rough estimate I can give you. So it
Got
wouldn't be long enough. I mean, it's too
got it.
short. The alarm is too short.
Dang, I thought it was a really good idea though. We can just assume nobody's gonna sneak up on us.
But
You all didn't see anything up
but
here, did you?
you don't really need to use the edge for like putting the alarm out. You can just put it on the ground.
Just on the ground of the like kind of the center area where I would expect people to walk. I'll do that.
Mhm.
Just 20 feet directly in the middle between the two edges.
You see, like
Actually,
Sage
so
fixing her staff and everything. You are getting her action. Kind of hear her murmuring and just idiots. Just fucking torchlight.
the
You realize
alarm
there is like a distance requirement, or well, minimum, whatever.
as long as I'm within a mile of the alarm, then I can still hear it. But if it's only me that can hear it, it's just a mental ping.
Yeah.
However, the sound that it makes is only 60 feet and it lasts for 10 seconds. So the sound that it makes is for everybody is only 60 feet, but for me it's a mile. And if I'm asleep, it wakes
If
me
you're
up. It
using
lasts for
mental
8
or
hours.
audible, if you're using an audible, it produces like a sound of a handbell for about 6 seconds for
Gotcha.
everyone who
I
can
have
hear
to
it.
choose. Yeah, I would just do the mental alarm just for me because the audible one's kind of bad idea. So I would know if people are sneaking up on us. So I'll mark off a first level spell.
All right.
And the good news is it's not concentration. So
For anybody in the comments
all right, there we
wondering
go.
why like my lip keeps on like bouncing up and down, I have a bad tooth.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't. That'll do it. Mm.
You see, you are like getting his stuff prepared and everything, and you see Sage.
It takes. Sorry.
You see Sage literally. Okay, we're all going to go this time, and we're going to walk
Mm-hmm.
as slow as we can to where again these three. No. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to light the torches this time. You guys are going to keep the torches on you for about a good feet to where it's bright enough at daylight so all three of you can see in a longer distance. Can we do that?
Yes, ma'am. I'll go
Okay,
ahead and pull
good.
out a torch and I'll light it using I'll use like a create fire cantrip on it to light it.
As you just like take your hand and ignite with fire, hitting the torches, putting the torches out.
I'm gonna mark off
Okay.
another torch for that.
Now,
There we go.
game plan.
There's a torch for everybody. Mark off a torch if you're gonna use one.
Now, game plan. What are we going to do in this cave? Because something tells me you guys already got loot. Me and Butar want loot.
Yes, there are portions of this cave we haven't explored yet. So if you'll bear with me,
What we're here to do is
there's
get
two
a
paths.
chalice, which is deep in the cave itself. The first room we came into had loot, it didn't have the chalice. So we wanted to venture farther in, but we got stopped by, I don't even, something.
Okay. Calisthing we pretty much overheard before you guys went to the cave and left us out here for guard duty. Now, how are we going to do this? Loud and proud or sneaky and silent?
Sneaky. I'm
I
going to
think
cast
sneaky is
Pass Without
silent.
a Trace. Pass Without a Trace at second level. I will cast on. Let me see how many targets I can do. I believe it's just as many as I can touch within 30 feet.
Up to 6.
Each creature you choose. Yes. So it doesn't have a limit on the number. It just has to be within 30. I will
Alright.
cast that on all of us.
Plus 10 for everybody. Everybody rolled stealth.
Yes. And as soon as I cast that, all right, let's go. We only have an hour. Let's go. Let's go in. Marching order. Budar in front. I'm in the back with the torch. Giles somewhere in the middle. Drift on the other side of him, perpendicular like this. So we'll be like this. Giles, Drift, me way in the back, like kind of in a diamond shape, lighting up the whole area in between. Everybody else single file. The Drift and Giles will be kind of like bouncers on the side, and I'll be in the back of the line. Budar in the front. We can decide who wants to be in the middle.
Alright, I need those
That
numbers.
doesn't really leave that much. All right, let me roll for stealth.
35.
So-
You can be in front of Giles. Yeah.
Sage got a 23. Udar
That is
got a 19.
unfortunate, fellas. That is a nat one.
With the additional plus 10, so 11.
And test plus 10 from my stealth modifier, so it is 21. But I did roll a nat one.
No, not one. You don't get to add the bonus. The only bonus you get to add is pass out the trace, my friend. Sorry. So it's just
So
going
I
to be an
have
11.
11.
Man, I rolled a 15 plus 20.
Jesus Christ.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's,
you just
18
fade
plus
into the
15.
fucking astral plane casually.
that is
I rolled
the
a
rogue
30.
number. Alright, so 11, 19,
Sorry, fellas.
23, 40, 25, 30.
I could have pulled an Orion and said I didn't roll a nat one, but you know.
I got 27 total.
You for being truthful, Gabe. We love
I
you.
know, as much as it hurts my pride as a rogue to say I rolled a nat one on stealth, I've got to be honest, brother.
Okay. You guys are trying to go as silently as you can to where all of you can finally see inside this cave the good bit of light from the torches that is 20 feet of light evenly to where you guys are now able to, in a pseudo form, see about 60 feet of dark vision. To where you guys are able to notice going down the path and as silently as you can a few bumps in the road because of the 11 slash not one that Gallows rolled, but it is a whole entire group effort. Don't worry. You guys can finally see the gibbering mother. Chomping on another corpse, of some random merchant, to where the multitude of like small beady yellow eyes on like a tendril big monstrous branch. It's just slithering around to where you hear that devastating crunch and see it start forming down the gigantic branch like mouth of bark and sap, just lowering right down into the gullet of that giant tree like ooze. Stuffing out to where you guys come back to the previous first enclosure of Pathway. The dark, eerie, like ooze of pure darkness, or the white radiant path. Air is as thin as a knife. What pathway do you guys want to go through?
As per prerequisite of me relaying this information, I'll just kind of pass down telephonely up to the front. I'll say, "Take the radiant path." Whisper it and tell him to pass it on to make
Really
it
want to
to
be a
where it
dick.
gets up to the front. Who's right in front of me? Do we? I'll say, I guess either Aileen or Sage is right in front of me. I'll just say, "Take the radiant path. Pass it on."
You do know we don't have to play a game of telephone. We're literally right next to each other. We can literally just say, go down the radiant path.
I'll just a little louder say to the front of the line, "Take the radiant path."
You hear, like, whispering as good as you can. Radiant path! Do we want to take the radiant path from Udar?
Oh boy. Yes, Budar, we'll take the radiant path.
Why'd you put Budar in front? I'm sorry.
Because
That's a good
he's a
question.
meat shield. If they drop like a log in front of us, he's the first to get hit, and he can probably catch it.
Oh, so you're
Or if
trying to
people shoot
sacrifice him.
arrows at him,
Got it.
he has the largest hit
I'm
point
in
pool out
front.
of all.
I'm in front.
Only fair. Okay,
I'm not killing Casey's character while he's not here. I'm in the front.
okay.
What path do you guys want to go through?
I don't
The
trust her,
radiant.
but let's go. Radiant.
Alright,
Yeah, let's look down the radiant path.
you guys are going down the radiant path? As soon as you guys go straight to the radiant path, give me a constitution
Constitution save or just a check?
check.
For everybody, we can
Yep.
see, right? At 60 feet radius, we can see anything going on.
Even if you guys didn't have dark vision, you still could have seen this path. You still could see this path.
Gotcha.
It's in broad daylight.
Natural 20 or 24.
Okay, natural 20 from Becca.
Con save is a 9 for Aaron.
Con
Or
check.
Constitution check is just an 8. Plus proficiency.
What's your constitution mod?
Con modifier plus 1, so 9.
Okay, 9.
I didn't
Drift.
add proficiency.
I got 15 total.
The proficiency is already added in there.
Gotcha.
I
Gabe,
got
what'd you roll?
15 total.
15
What'd you
total
roll, Gabe?
from Drift.
Yeah.
Constitution check.
Constitution check. That's a 16.
Alright. As soon as you guys are entering this path, Aaron, you are starting to feel your lungs start pressurizing to where it is hard to breathe in this atmosphere, to where you're just and just like breathing so hard, trying to like get some air. Everybody else, on the other hand, are pretty much fine, not experiencing like that much trouble, but going through the path, it did feel like very heavy until you guys came out the end of it. You guys are hearing Aaron breathe extremely hard.
Guys, can we slow down?
You good?
No. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to breathe. Ayo! Ayo!
Is he like poisoned or has some kind of disease on him?
Is he suffering a heart attack?
The boy had that food from the dine-in box restaurant.
You, from what you can tell, Aileen, are you trying to do like a specific check on if something caught him.
I need a med kit.
You know what? No, I'm just gonna cast Luster Restoration on him and see what happens.
You cast lesser restoration to where that, from you breathing extremely hard, starts to lift to where you are able to like.
I'm good. Thank you.
No
Eileen,
problem.
that effect that you cast away, it felt like something was tugging on him on purpose. Not, like the light itself, you think the light itself hasn't, that doesn't have anything to do with it, but something specific did.
Oh, okay.
I'm good. It's false alarm. I'm good now. Let's keep moving. Whenever we get to the part where we see the room with the chests in it, continue down the radiant path. I'll pass that down up to the.
You guys
I
are
keep leading the group.
just keep leading the group. Give me perception, Aileen.
Sorry, I was finishing up my spells for the day. You said perception?
Yes.
Mm, don't go off the bed. Stupid,
Got him.
stupid dwarf. This is what I give her playing on my bed. Because I don't feel like doing math. 17 plus 8.
Your dice are
17,
well versed in pranking them.
17
Well, that
plus
was like 3 of
8,
them on the 4th, though.
about 23, if I'm correct, 23, 22?
Yeah, it's one of those two.
Wait, 17 plus what? Plus 5?
8.
Oh, 8? Mm.
23. I think 23.
7, 3, 20. That would be 25, wouldn't it?
Shit.
Here,
Math,
let me get the calculator.
math
Let me
is
get the calculator.
pretty good at, like, damage math. Oh, but
It's
straight off
25.
25. Okay. I was off by 2.
Well,
Math is not my strong suit.
You are noticing that you guys are no longer seeing in the dark. There is still some dark aspect. You guys aren't seeing in the dark as much anymore. In fact, this path looks extremely different from the one that you guys took.
I don't think we should take this path. This looks
Do we
different from
stop?
the first one
Why?
we took.
Hey, why do we stop moving? The line just stopped. I can't see what you see. What do you see?
This path looks different than the first one that we took.
What's wrong with it? It just looks like a path to me.
We can it's brighter. It's just different. Something feels off.
Is it the
is
air?
it
Is it
possible that whatever it was in the radiant tunnel affected us slightly?
the darker one?
Roll Arcana.
If I remember correctly, we took the darker one.
What's your Arcana thing?
If you guys,
Can
Well,
I?
I have advantage.
I
for
have a
I
plus
anybody
have
that,
six
advantage
to
on
mine.
Arcana.
for anyone
Everybody
that
says?
actually wants to know, roll Arcana if this isn't very, if you want to get some information off this. If you
I don't know.
don't,
I'll roll.
Yeah, roll 2. I got
Uh,
15 total.
11
Plus
total.
0 to
16
Arcana.
total.
Oh,
16, 15,
and
11. Dials and drift, as soon as you step out from, you're still keeping within stealth and like stepping out a little bit to where both Aileen, like you, Aileen, and Aaron are standing out pretty much on like the edge of like a little bit of like a cliffside. You are noticing a network, a thread of some sort. With a lot of light. And the few things keeping you of your wits to where glimmering light coming from the from the side that you came from of the radiant light, the light radiant light, and mainly in front of you, you are feeling a scourge of magic coming from somewhere. A major scourge of magic.
Hmm.
Really don't like this.
Yeah, there ain't a lot to like about the situation.
Oh, after my a failed con save, do we still have pass without a trace? Or
I
con
don't
check?
think
Sorry,
so.
sorry, sorry.
No, you would still have it on there, but it was a con check, not save.
Oh,
About how much
save.
time? About how much time do I have left on it?
That's
Just
what a
generally
trace
speaking.
would have been gone by now.
Gotcha. Yeah, we've been in here a while. I'll recast it. That if I feel it fading. That's another second level spell slot gone. I'm okay with that because I have Wild. All right, another cast of Pass Without a Trace on everybody. You're
You
welcome.
guys are hearing. Um, if there's like a big jump gap in this video, my players had to tell me that I actually had to I have to go back into the recording. If anything, I fixed the time skip. It should be sounding good already. If not, that's more stress and more work on my end. But
My point still stands. I want to jump off the cliff.
I'm here. It's the scourge.
Please don't.
I was gonna say roll perception, and if
Okay.
anyone wants to know, if anyone is curious about these threads, give me either an investigation or
If,
another arcana.
I'm
if
gonna
you want,
do an Arcana check. Aaron will do an Arcana check.
I'll do
Holding
investigation.
up the torch.
Real quick.
Arcana. That's a dirty
I
20
only
for
got a
Aaron.
12.
I
I
got an
only got a
8
12 for my
total.
perception.
I got an 8 for investigation.
Right.
My hair is still wet.
Arcana, you said what for Arcana, Mike?
I am not Arcana.
Did dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Investigation, you said 16, Jerry?
No, I got investigation with 8.
Oh, 8. And 12.
Can I roll an investigation?
Sure, yes.
Okay. That is a 23 from Giles.
I only, yeah, I got a 12. I don't see anything.
The light flashes a little bit for you, Alien. To where you can see just like a little bit of a nimble thread, but they do kind of remind you a little bit from your history books.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay,
Everybody,
okay.
I would say drift. Uh, you can only see just one thread and one thread at least.
Well
But
then.
your nerves are right about you. This does seem a little bit off, but you don't know what to degree. Um, Aaron, kind of like for your Arcana, it's pointing over to a specific part. You don't know for sure, but it's a specific part. Pretty much about 600 feet away from you, just like a little small sense. But investigation for Giles, you are seeing about one thread as soon as you start to walk up with the rest of your party. You see but like a nimble thread, and then as soon as you tap once, you see a lot of bouncing threads continuously move.
Can I see this, or am I paying attention to a different part of the network, or are they all kind of moving when he does this?
Whenever he does this, I would say all of you kind of notice a bit of it.
So it's like a giant network of like reverberating. This looks to me like some sort of alarm system. I don't think we should trip any of these. Either kind of like a spider when it senses vibrations. Does this in any shape or form look kind of like what like an orb weaver nest would look like, or like a tarantula with like the open den, whatever? How there's like, is it threads just kind of all going throughout the room, plastered to the side?
I
Is there
would
any
say
kind of pattern?
I would say you wouldn't know for sure.
Gotcha. It
Roll
is
for
still pretty
pattern.
dark. Roll for patterns.
I'd say there is something here you don't know, but you guys are, I would say, near your feet. Kind of do feel something on your guys' foot, mainly one on Alien's foot.
Can I kick it off?
Yeah. As you do that, kind of like this kick, like kick it off like your boot a little bit. It's like a little spider.
Ugh,
Uh,
spiders.
um, I see her kick this off. I'm like, I'll take a look at it. What does it look like? Is it what color spider is it?
Seriously?
Um, nature.
Spiders are not
Nature check.
homies.
Nature,
Did
that
you just
is
say
a 10.
spiders are not homies?
Yes.
What did you roll?
That is a 10. It's a
This
spider.
this spider isn't. Oh, it's pretty much like a very natural white spider, but kind of it's pretty small. It's like a standard small one, but a little. It's kind of like a little bit kind of a little mismatched a little bit because it's kind of like a zebra spider of a sense.
Okay, can we
You,
tell how old it is?
not from that
That's what I
nature.
was gonna say.
Not from that nature.
No,
The
not
only
from
glimpses
mine.
you can get. You don't know as much. It looks a little young, a little bit middle aged.
Was it like bigger than her shoe? Can I tell from that by that,
It was like a
or is it
small
like
spider.
really small?
It's like a small
Okay,
spider, like not like a super,
It's like
not like a not a cedar spider,
like
but like
tarantula,
just like a little
daddy
small.
long leg
Black
Just
Widow to like wolf spider.
spider. Yeah.
yeah, black widow to wolf spider is about that size.
All
He's
right.
he's like purposely coming at me because he knows how I fucking feel about spiders.
I'm going to look around at all these threads, and I get the very tempting, very tempting thought to just put the torch up to the thread and see if it catches fire.
Do you just
I'm
want
going
to
to
piss off
think
like
about doing it.
we are in a spider's nest and you want to piss all of them off?
Um, I'm not going to do it. I think about it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to whisper it to Sage. I'll say, based off of what you can see, this looks like a spider nest to me. You want me to burn it?
No, are you serious?
Yeah, just like throw the torch in there and then we all run.
Do you really think that's a
Alright,
good
spiders.
idea?
Actually, I kind of want to go back in here in case the chalice is in here, so I won't do that.
See, Sage walk up and like flick the thread to where it starts reverbing in one spot. As it's reverbing, it is bouncing off to a separate one very far to the left, and one very far to the right.
Hmm.
Oh, like this. Oh, Pomerous.
Huh?
How far down
Sorry.
is the cliff? on the side.
I'm sorry, just like the idea of just like
If I
you
was to
being
look down,
trapped in like an actual spasm, just like ooh pomegranate.
From the cliffside to where you guys are, about 10 feet.
so it's a drop, but it's not like a far drop.
Mm-mm.
Can I see the bottom at least?
No, I'm about to say but I haven't bit my tongue.
Sorry, my bad. I interpreted that wrong.
But yeah, you guys can see the bottom.
You guys, my pass without a trace won't last forever. If we're gonna go, let's go.
Start skipping along.
We want to stealth in here, or we want to turn around. We have limited options here. This is the way.
Huh?
This is let's. I am starting to get very frustrated. I might just take the lead and just start walking.
I literally just said that I start skipping off.
Oh dear, you aren't sneaking. That's not very sneaky.
Everybody give me stealth checks with disadvantage.
Like how far are we from the entrance of this cave?
You guys walk back, it's just like about at least 40 feet.
40 feet or 30?
40.
Ah shit. Okay. So.
21.
Oh okay.
That's
Wait,
with
do we still pass
disadvantage?
those trace?
Yep, I
Plus
rolled a
pass without a
36
trace.
and a 21.
I got a 34.
Wait, do we still pass those trace?
With
Yes.
disadvantage.
Yes, I rolled a
Oh, okay.
14 and a 19.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
a 17.
Let me go.
I got 24 total. I'm tempted to just straight up walk out of this entire hallway, and I recommend y'all do this as well. And then just throw something in here to see what the reaction would be of the spiders. Because obviously they're
Guys,
going to, like, register that as hostile. But I
Like
want to
Becca,
see.
I can
like
get
a
out of the spiders. No. Becca doesn't like spiders.
I want to see how bad it's gonna be.
you guys are stealthing through like the cliffside, walking down the path to where you hear the the endless tapping walking around.
as we go in, I'll hold the torch around so I can see kind of what's going on.
Oh no, the thing is, you guys actually have enough light to where you can see down here.
Yeah, just kind of like that. Even though we're sneaking, I'm keeping an eye out, looking for stuff that's coming at us
With the torch or with the actual light that you guys can see?
with whatever light we can see.
Alright. You guys are looking on as far as you can to where you hear a lot of humming.
Can I make a perception check to see where the source is?
Perception.
Same.
Same, might as well. Let's all do it.
22.
I need perception. That is a 23
I got
for
15
Aaron.
total.
15, 22, 23. You guys, as you are hearing the humming, you kind of hear the voice. Ah, my little treasure. What did you hear? We have visitors. And one of them smells of elf. Intriguing. As you can hear a little bit of where that path is, of her saying, one of them is an elf, which, hold on, that scent, it's familiar. Very, very familiar. You hear tapping coming from a different side. to where you see a few wolf spiders are around you. About at least three wolf spiders on the ground, looking at all of you guys, kind of like tilting their head.
Do they seem magical?
Yes, actually.
They are magical spiders. Are they the things that are speaking? Or is
You
this
don't
just
know.
something we can hear?
Just
This is
something.
something we could.
Just something you can hear. No. You.
Guys, I think they know we're here, guys.
Johnson.
As, as they're tapping, you hear like like a webbing somewhere, and like lowering down on like a big. Trying to think. What do they call those beds? Like where they like tie them to a post and they just like a hammock. Um,
Yeah.
I see
Oh,
like a
that's
giant
not where my mind went.
like a giant spider like webbed hammock. And you can see laying across from it. Lower part of the body is like arachnid like. The upper top is more humanly tiefling like, laying
Oh,
across.
it's a Muppet. It's a spider
Excuse
lady.
you?
Let's go. Sorry.
You
If you
see
want to
leg
die by being eaten alive by spiders, just go right ahead. But don't
The
drag
spider
everybody else here
woman.
with you.
Muppet. The Muppet.
you see laying across like the giant sized hammock spider web is hovering down. I knew I never could forget that scent. And you see her hop off, walking close to you, walking close to you, Aileen.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, she
Hugin!
knows we're here. She knows we're
Hugin!
here for good.
Hugin, it has been a long, long time. To where she's looking at you right across her face. And you changed a whole lot. And like starts grabbing your face with her hand, like her hands, like checking you, pulling you from your chin. My God,
Do I recognize her?
she's saying the name Hugin a lot.
Hey, if you want me to kill her,
I
just say.
think she senses the spirit inside of you.
Oh shit.
And just looking,
Um,
you're very different color eyes. What happened to your freckles?
I've never had them.
Hmm.
I,
She starts
I don't know
sniffing.
who you see. That's not Hugin.
She starts sniffing.
Uh,
You do smell like him. Oh,
wait, I kind of.
maybe you are his mistress.
His what?
Bold assumption. Bold assumption.
His mistress, his lover. I have my cat.
I'm definitely not anybody's lover. I'm more on the fruitier side of the spectrums, but I think our souls are intertwined.
If she starts sniffing you again and looking, well, you are right about one thing. Hugin isn't that thick.
Hmm.
And like you see her start walking away and climbs on her hammock. Right, righty. Might be in. She is actually sniffing again. Hold on. And looks at Budar. Now, hold on. I do smell another sin of Elven. That's Hugin. You can see her pointing straight at Budar, and you just literally see him. Me?
I made you crack. I made you crack.
you
Yes, you did.
see,
Yes, you did.
you see him just like me, and she just like walks up. Yes, that is what you are indeed. Hold on. No, no, never mind. I recognize that scent of perfume anywhere. That's yeah, that's iridium.
What do
Ugh.
you know about these? I
Well,
don't know. I feel like striking conversation with this lady. What
well,
do you
I
know
there.
do
about?
too. I'm kind of intrigued by her.
Yeah, she
I
doesn't seem
mean, you would
hostile.
be the best person to talk to her because she's already addressed you. If we just all started trying to negotiate with her, she could take that as an insult.
My charisma is pretty. For lack of a better word, my charisma is pretty bad.
I
So
think I have the highest charisma out of all of us, which is 10.
Giles,
I have an 8.
Giles is an 18.
Oh, never mind. So yeah, Giles has an 18. But
She's starting
yeah.
to sniff again. Hold on. I can smell Osmond. Hey, my homegirl Toma. Huh. That's kind of weird, actually.
They
And,
gave us their blessing.
and walks over to you, Aaron. Actually, like her eyes are kind of closed, where she opens them back up again, and grabs you like on the side of your cheek with both of her hands. Strange. Are you alright, Umbria?
Umbrea gave me his blessing, but I am not Umbrea.
It's like her eyes got like open, for like they were super squinted, and she's looking. Hmm. Mind explaining who you guys are?
We are.
Don't.
We're.
The dysfunctional and
God damn it!
disappointment.
No, no, no. Don't mind her, really. Uh,
Oh yeah, don't mind
I
her. The
Interesting.
can't.
one person she immediately recognized. Okay.
Don't.
Very, very interesting. Dysfunctional and disappointments.
It was her idea. I had no part in naming.
Well, the
Really.
disappointing part kind of makes sense because I was very disappointed that Hugin isn't here. But where's Hugin actually?
Huh?
Oh, you don't know where any of them are at.
Mm, oh, okay, I get. I am Nova. Nova
Nova.
Arachnid.
Nova. Okay.
As you can tell, I am Queen Spider, and you kind of see her like point to like the little like tattoo that she has on like the tiefling chest of her arachnid and tiefling body. If you recognize, if any of you seen Hugin, that little necklace that he's wearing has the exact same mark as mine.
Were you two lovers?
I mean, I wanted to be, but he kind of wanted my blessing, if you could say that.
You got a blessing from you?
He was a fool.
I mean, you have a cleric here, don't you? She has a holy symbol and everything.
Huh.
I do. I do.
Oh,
Do
I
you two
gave
know each
him.
other?
I mean,
No.
I don't
But we
think.
could.
I mean, I kind of do smell, again, that residue of Hugin, but no, don't know who she is. But
Uh,
it's depending on
how?
for the part.
Hmm.
This is Michael speaking, not Aaron. I really don't want to talk to her. My charisma's so bad. Please, somebody else talk to her. I do. I want
Why are
to.
you
I really
taking the lead and talking to her then?
because there's a lot of stuff I want to say. But I just don't want to talk and mess something up.
Anyways, how well did you know the previous, or well,
The
Hugin?
original Guardians?
Yeah.
Oh, Lana's Mystics. They are pretty good actually. Pretty well. Meaning for the fact that I mentioned before, the tattoo that I have and the holy symbol that Hugin has, he's pretty much my champion.
Car. So how well
But
did you know? Mhm.
the whole party, knowing them well, I mean, I've heard about their stories, their adventures. I mean, precisely, I don't remember the last thing that they were going to do, but they haven't come back since. And I thought it was you guys.
Yeah. So the last thing they were meant to do was
Seal
contain. I don't
away,
know. Be the right word for it.
is it seal away some specific thing? I can't remember his name. I think it was Omni?
Osmond.
Omni? Omni? I think Omni is his name. Omni. O-M-I-M-O-M-N-I. Omni?
Hold on.
That's pretty much all I know.
Car. But the last adventure their group went on ended up in we're not entirely sure the full extent of it, but mostly failure. In the sense of they didn't come back to adventuring, at the very least. We know some of them did survive, but not
And
Why?
all.
are in hiding.
What happened? Mind telling
Uh,
me everything?
I'm going to try to tell you everything I know, but be warned that I don't know much about the current state of affairs.
It's okay. My intelligence is a 16. Maybe I can weasel my way at this one. Um,
Anyways, so
my
with
yeah.
Osmond, he's alive somewhere. No one's seen him since or at all, but uh, he was still in a position to give me his blessing when I almost died. Same with all of us, pretty much. And from then on, I do not know. But I assume the other members are either dead or suffered a similar fate.
That's not giving me that much information, but the hiatus is if they're dead or alive.
Pretty.
Yeah. Everyone we've talked to has either given us part of the story or won't tell us anything at all.
Does anybody remember anything? I don't know. Mm, does anybody remember anything? Probably out of like memory wise on where, like what happened to them, like vividly in like
Um,
memory.
They were trying to contain an entity known as the Man with Scarlet Eyes, and they had received the job from a very radiant being, seemingly.
A very radiant being gave him the quest.
Yeah, not really sure what they were, because I assume they weren't mortal. But, yeah, also the Man with Scarlet Eyes is not mortal in the slightest. So, yeah.
in short, he deceived them, and they're either spread out. They're not a full party anymore. Some of them are encased in crystal. They they nearly died trying to steal him away, but they were
Or they
only
did die
halfway
stealing him away.
successful, or they did die, one or the other. I'm not sure the truth. I know Iridian is frozen in time somewhere, trapped in a crystal, but the whereabouts of everyone else, I'm unsure.
You see her start scratching her cheek a little bit and like sits on her hammock, kind of like biting her nails.
And that is part of the reason we're here, because we're looking for a chalice that would help us in sealing him away all the way.
You guys need a chalice just to see. If anything, a regular chalice could just seal them away. Doesn't sound like you need a chalice. Unless, are you guys here like on a quest?
We are.
Yes, there is. In fact, there's something we are looking for.
Hmm. I think I could help you. You guys said you needed a chalice, correct, for this quest?
Yes.
Precisely.
Hmm. She her kind of like her snap her fingers to where a little side vault opens up to where it's showing two different paths of the dark and the white radiant light.
Oh lord, not this again.
That's pretty much all I can say. It's either down, like it's down those paths. It doesn't matter which one you take. You might find something. You might find a little bit more information. But you are willing to come back to
We
my
have
Yeah.
before, so I
to
don't
my
see why
den.
not.
You guys are welcome to come up to my den. You tend to move around, but well, I'll keep you guys posted.
I need my ankle to pop. It's super fucking stiff.
Oh,
It's my own fault. I ran over it at work today.
that is not good.
But is there? I think I can probably help you with a few things. If you guys need like weapons, armor, potions, scrolls,
I was actually
shelter.
just about to ask that if you have maybe. So there's an ooze up higher in the cave, and it corroded my armor. Can you fix that? I mean, I'm assuming you built most of the threads in this tunnel. You look to be quite the weaver yourself. You might be able to patch this up.
Mm, can repair your cloth of armor. Weapons, on the other hand, you might end up have to buy some more. I'm not that fond of blacksmithing.
How
Maybe
long?
maybe one of my spiders, one of my kids could probably help you with the swords.
Where could we find them? Just kind of in this area.
She or whistles out in like a fox whistle.
Oh yeah.
You see about a quartering of a body, not like Nova's, because you can see like on Nova, like she's like the basic like purple tiefling with a little bit of black coming down, kind of like a black widow, but she kind of has like that like boss lady tailored like suit with like the black like a different color type of like vest, and has like a little bit of like the librarian, but like pretty much style that needs to be um, Victorian glasses with her hair up in a white bun, like a white berry bun.
I love it. Love
You
it.
see, as she whistles out, like you see her children come out. One kind of remarking like the exact same color of like her arachnid, like half body, which is like the blue, like a dark purple, and like a dark velvet like color. Kind of seeing out, it kind of has like the daddy long legs vibe to it, but a little bit more bushier in like a few parts, like on his like kind of like the weird like button that the spiders have for webbing. Kind of see him come out of like two of her sons.
Um, Let me see. I don't think I have any weapons that need to be repaired at the moment. I do have this cloth armor, and
Yeah, I have leather armor that needs to be repaired too.
how do you do this? Do you just kind of do you stitch it while I'm wearing it, or do I take it off? Or
Nova just looks at you and says, "Oh, most definitely take it off. You do not want me." As she's like, kind of like chewing like her cheeks a little bit and like pulls out a thread. You don't want my webbing to touch your skin.
okay, where should I set it? Just hand it to you.
Yeah, just then. For those who need to get like their
I
armor
I
fixed or
start.
anything,
I do.
yeah,
Me
just send me
too.
armor.
It is, however, this is leather armor. You're still
Ooh,
good with that?
yeah, yeah, I can fix it. Leather, like I can fix leather armor. A little bit of scale, a little bit of like scale, a few chest plates, a little bit same thing. I can fix it a little bit. But the leather
Armor.
armor is like my specialty. But if you want any of my sons to give you any more armor, like we should have some more armor.
I do have a debuff because of the blackfooting to my armor class, and one of my weapons is corroded. I like to get
Hand
those
those,
sorted.
hand your weapons to my sons, and just hand me your armor. Anybody that needs to get their armor, shield, or anything, their bracers or anything, just hand to me. Weapons go to my sons.
I the armor class debuff. I am not wearing armor, but I guess I have like a jacket. I can give them the jacket.
You see, like her,
Alien
like
gives her the armor.
you see, she takes all of your armor, and you see her like start like it sounds like she's chewing gum,
And
and starts to
I
pull
hand
out.
him my corroded dagger of radiance too.
You hand your blades to like one of her sons. This is her son. Her son, like her son Crane. You guys see Crane kind of has like that same aspect of like the tiefling, but he's much more like relaxed, kind of like the funeral black shirt, long sleeve, but like he kind of like folds his clothing up a little bit. It kind of has like the exact same thing, like where he needs glasses, to where you see his brother Juarez is taking is kind of like holding right behind the exact same stand behind him, to where he's like, okay, my brother is taking care of like fixing your weapons. Mom is taking care of the armor. Do any of you guys need more weapons? Maybe potions, more armor? I mean, if you guys can shop here, we had like a few pieces from a lot of random places.
I'll take a look.
What
Do you
kind of
have
arrows do you have?
any magical tomes?
Magical tomes. I mean, are you a wizard?
No, I'm a druid, but I can't cast spells. I was hoping maybe if I gave one a read, I could, learn.
I think I have a few scrolls on here. A few of like these tomes kind of require a different aspect of magical.
I understand. I wasn't much of the tome type, but I was just, speaking general.
You say what type of arrows that they have, Aileen. You see him. Yeah. What arrows do you need? Like, what type of arrows? Fire, lightning, force,
I'll look for
thunder.
arrows as well. Uh,
I could take
since I,
maybe
yeah.
one of each or two of each. Whatever you got. I just want to stock up. Oh, I can.
You see, you kind of like feel like scrunch down a little bit, and yells out, "Ah! Do you have like what are like these barrels?" And you see her like just point off without looking as she's like taking out like a few more, piecing a webbing out of her mouth. Music points. Look down, left, right corner. It is just like fixing up your guys' armor, like sets down like two different sets. You see what is.
I would like to ask any finesse weapons.
You guys are going to take a look at the weapons. You see, Juarez is taking out regular, like 5 regular arrows, about 2 fire arrows, 2 lightning, and 2 radiant, Becca.
I'll just take one of each.
Right. You take one of each. You take the arrows and you see him say, okay, regular, fire, lightning, radiant, 20 gold pieces.
So 20?
20.
Alright, she hands over the 20. Still at 1200. Cool.
Okay, what scroll are you looking for, human?
Do you perhaps let's see. Does it have to be something that I can possibly learn, or can it?
How, this is the DM speaking. How the scrolls work if you're a one-time use?
Gotcha. Do you perhaps have a scroll for polymorph?
We should actually have one of Morph Poly. Um, Morph Poly, and like starts working on. There we go. You see like the scrolls rolled out. Here you go. One for the Morph Poly, Polymorph.
All right. I should pay you. I should pay you. How much do you have
About
for it?
100 gold pieces.
Said and done. I would also like to browse your arrows as I hand him the 100 gold.
Okay,
And
pretty
your bows
much
as well.
all bullet arrows. Alright, as you are like asking for, he takes out like daggers, he takes out bows, short swords, long swords. You can take out a short bow as well, like a long bow, crossbow, light crossbow, and a heavy crossbow, slings, maces, great axes, great swords, a few more staffs.
What is the spell scroll level for the polymorph?
Polymorph is level 3.
Level 3 spell scroll.
Mhm.
All right. Trying to see, do I have a? All right, so just grab a spell scroll 3rd level. I'll add it to my, and I'll just note that it's a polymorph spell scroll.
We also have magic items, I believe. Craig, do you know what type of magic items we have? You see, his brother like kind of like fixes his glasses as he's like tinkering with Giles' daggers. Um, I think we have one for attunements. We have one for, and you can tell from this brother to the one that was selling you items doesn't actually have an accent like his mom or brother. This, I think we should have about, I think a few for attunements. I think you see him like scrunch down a little bit. Uh, one for armor, one for berserker, and I think. Hmm. We have about. We just have like the standard like one for like for boosting a few things. You should look up. Oh wait, hold on. Ah, return to sender. Got it.
Return to sender.
Yeah, it's basically for effect. Like if you have any like throwing weapons, if you were to like throw it at something, it would recall straight back to your hand. It's a ring.
That would be great for our rogue. I'll turn to our rogue, and uh, if he's not paying attention, I would
Well, no,
make
hold
sure
on a
he is.
minute. I'm looking. So have I'm looking specifically for any weapons that may have the moon touched property.
Um, say again.
Any weapon, preferably a scimitar, short sword, or a rapier that has the moon touched property.
You see, what as is kind of scratching. Oh, scimitars. We have a lot of scimitars.
Any ones that are moon touched.
Have anyone's been touched? Explain what you mean by touched.
Moon touched. They glow.
What was that? I actually could not hear you.
Moon touched weapons glow in the dark.
Moon touch. Moon touch. That's where you can like. You want to glow in the dark scimitars? What you're asking me?
Scimitar or rapier, short sword, whatever you have.
Anything that glows in the dark is what you're asking me.
Yes.
No, believe not.
That is a shame. But if you do have any special, please take a look at those. You're needing to get me a scimitar.
We do, I think, have like a lot of magical weapons, but I think it could be out of your guys' price range.
What? How much are we looking for your cheapest one?
The cheapest one we could probably give you doesn't do as much, but around 500 gold pieces.
You are right, my friend. It's a bit out of my price range.
Next to cheapest one, that being
I
the
see.
second cheapest one.
What about just one of your scimitars? Just no magical property.
As he's making this deal, I'll grab that return to sender thing and I'll slam it next to him and say, "Take a look at this."
Oh, and I'll kind of like my head kind of jerks, and I like.
The guy that over there was offering it to me. I thought you might want it.
Not for free. You see, like, you see, like crying over, crying over there, like, not for free, not free. You still gotta pay for that.
Oh no, I wouldn't dream of it. I wouldn't pay for it if he doesn't want it. He's mainly the one I would assume would need it. What do you think?
What does it say? What does it say?
I can't hear you.
He's asking what it says, what the tome or slash thing says.
Because of the fan. Hold on. Yeah, it's because of the fan. What does it say? Is what I'm asking.
The return to sender it's a ring.
You do this and
Return to sender, it basically is once you throw a throwing weapon, it'll return back to your hand immediately.
hey, I get the dagger. Okay, yeah, I will definitely look into that. What is the price for this, my friend?
But whenever you attune it, you have to choose what weapon do you want to recall.
I think there's only one weapon I can possibly choose. Yes, my personal dagger.
Because that'll be the only dagger that comes back. Any other dagger is just there. Theas will always return to you.
Yes, that's kind of sentimental. That's a good thing.
You see, Crane is looking over. Okay, so how much? You want the return to sender?
Yes.
All right, about 200 gold pieces.
I will slam 200 gold pieces on the table and say, "On me."
I look at you with a pog face.
I'll pog back at him. Oh, there you go. I'll hand it to that man behind the counter.
You hand
Man,
it to it's a Crane who is like swiping back as he's like still fixing on the weapons that Giles and I think Giles might be the only one that has the burnt as a destroyed weapon. No, Giles and Drift have destroyed, like kind of like almost
yeah, I was
equally.
looking at the scimitars.
You see a lot of
After I get, sorry, after I give him the gold, I'll just kind of walk away, giving him finger guns as I'm walking away.
as you're doing that, he kind of goes back to like like fixing like the daggers and sword. You see yelling. You see Warren right next to him. Like Warren's right next to him, saying to you, Aaron, "You want to buy the bow or no on the bow?"
What was that again?
He was saying, "Do you want to buy the bow or was the scroll the only thing you wanted to buy?"
Oh, yes, a bow. Yes, please. Do you have any longbows? See, I have
I
this short bow, but it doesn't quite do what I wanted.
oh, no, I do have longbows. Question: Can you actually wield longbows?
I can. Let me see. Is it
I
a martial
can.
weapon?
Say it again.
Is it a martial weapon or simple
Yes.
weapon?
Yeah. Longbows are
I can.
martial.
I can. I have proficiency in martial weapons, so I would be able to use one.
Okay. That you see, like, yep, yes, yep. Yeah, we have like plenty of like of longbows.
I'll look. I'll look at what he has,
Just a
and
standard longbows. And
just standard long.
there is one that has kind of like I think of what they call it in critical, like not in critical in D&D. Kind of like the retain of turning, but it's pretty much the web is on there whenever like you shoot the first arrow. It'll recall. Then if you shoot it again, it disappears.
So it just like makes every arrow to where I can shoot it twice before I have to get rid of it.
Mainly the first arrow shoots twice. If you miss,
Oh,
yeah, if you miss the first arrow, it'll recall back into your back in set position to where if you do it again on a bonus section, you can fire it again on the bonus section.
okay. I like that. It is heavy, two-handed, but it's only two. Okay. So as long as I have proficiency in a, I am proficient. Yes, I am. All right. Um, it's just a regular old longbow, but it has a special property.
Yep.
What's that called? Is that a? It's just
Alright.
that. Yeah, just longbow. Yeah.
Gonna say it back up.
How much?
Oh, well then.
How much are
About
you looking for that?
for this one because it's pretty much like a standard special bow. About 50 gold pieces.
All right. 50 gold on the table. Would you? I have this short bow here. I'll set it on the table. Are you interested in any sort of trade, or is that not really what we do here?
I mean, yeah, we can trade, but mainly from like the standard quid pro quo of your short bow. If you were to trade it, it would not be enough to trade for the bow that you are getting. But if you were to trade with the additional gold pieces added onto it, then yes, you
Of
will get
course,
the bow.
of course. I understand it's not. They're not the same value. Of course. It has seen a little bit of use. I'm not sure if that would you would knock the trade price on that.
Used or not, a
So
bow is a bow as long as it's used.
all right, 25 gold and my short bow. I'll set on the table to trade for the longbow.
Okay. You-
I believe the short bow is worth 25 gold pieces.
Your bow, since it's the same days, is worth 20.
All right, I'll just whatever the difference is, I'll set that on the table with
You sit
along with the
down.
short bow.
You sit down 30 gold pieces plus the short bow.
Gotcha.
Get off. Sure
Right.
you're done.
All right,
Whatever
I
you-
will mark down my gold. That is 30. Move that and add a longbow
And
to my
remove the
inventory.
200 that you put in my
Already
scroll.
did. I
Wait,
had a
you
lot.
had that much money?
Yeah, I
Bro, I'm
looted.
broke.
I looted a whole chest.
I'm broke.
Whenever you type in the longbow, put in longbow with a web of return.
Okay. All right, let me add a longbow to my equip. Let me edit this as it goes,
All right.
and I'll edit this here.
When using this longbow, if you miss the first shot, it recalls back to where you can use it again on your bonus action. This does not repeat, it's only for the very first arrow of any term of any type of use of the bow. The standard damage of the bow is the standard damage of a longbow, 2d6. I think it's 2d6 or yeah, 2d6.
Let's see.
It to 6.
It's all right. I'll edit the damage to be 2d6.
Is it 2d6 or 2d8?
It's 1d8, I believe, just for
No,
the regular longbow.
for a longbow, it should be more. It should be 2d6.
Yeah, it's for at least for this one. There's no plus, no modifier. Regular old longbow, 1d8.
It's a regular longbow. It is. It's supposed
Yeah.
to be 2d8. This one is a 2d8.
All right.
Override the damage bonus to be 2d8.
I'm not sure how to damage bonus. It does,
Just edit the weapon and make it to where the roll is a 2d8.
I don't know how to do that.
You just make a custom weapon.
All right. We try to do that. While I'm figuring this out, somebody else can shop.
Drift, do you want any weapons? Do you want to get anything fixed?
Nah, I don't really need anything to get fixed. You don't have, no offense, but you don't really have anything that would seem or be interested in.
You see what is in a crane is like hold up nonsense friend, and you just see like crane just like push up his glasses. We have like a few items that you might be interested, or armor or shields.
So would I be interested in the armor?
It depends on what you are like. What are you looking for? You're looking for some
I don't
heavy
know, I was
armor,
asking if you
medium
said
armor.
that because I can't wear any of the armor.
Aren't you a
I'm a
fighter?
turtle. Yes, but I am a turtle, so I can't use the armor.
There is such thing as turtle armor. I mean, you are talking to two blacksmiths.
Yes, but mechanically I can't.
We can actually edit to where it doesn't affect anything.
I'm good. Thanks for the offer, though.
Alright? But any weapons, any shields?
Nah, not that I can think of.
As it happens, you see just like looking at the staffs and looking at like a few of them. How about I take that one? You just see orders like saying, okay, this is pretty good stuff. Yeah, I can pretty much give you good stuff like this. About a good 100 gold pieces. She places out 100 gold pieces. And Vidar is looking at it. And it's like, oh, that's a big ass fucking spear. Oh, look at the beauty of that thing. That and probably some of the swords here look very amazing. Ah, it's a big thick sword. Yeah, the dude's just like looking. Ah, which one do I want? I'll take that spear. You kind of just like see like the spear is pretty much heavy to where like it kind of looks like a sword, but it's kind of like spear like mixing into where like it's throwable, but it's also like combatable for like close range. You just like see like this. Okay, about 100 gold pieces. You just see Budar start counting 100. It just like shifts out like a big pile. There you go, 100 gold pieces. He kind of like just grabs it and kind of like dishes back out 50. So where you say, what is it? You left too much. Here's your 50 back. And you slowly see him like cut in half of the gold. You take 25. Take or leave it. He kind of just like walks away, doing like the finger gun. Just taking back his other 25, sliding it back in. Continuing on from that point, Aaron and Giles, and I think Riff that had like messed up armor or not.
Mm-hmm.
You get back your weapons and armor that were like almost destroyed. They are fixed now.
Nice. So I can mark off that it's damaged.
Mm-hmm. Where it goes back into
Nice.
like the original stat, like it was.
All right.
You
Let
kind
me
of see
customize this.
how like it's fully conditioned. Um, you said you were wearing light armor, Aaron, right?
Leather armor, yes.
Yeah. So your armor class is what now?
13 now instead of 12.
So bump it up 1 to 14, and you have resistance to poison now.
Hey.
Dials, you get the same thing, resistant to poison. Not a bonus up to an armor class, but resistant to poison.
Awesome. What about the scimitars? I guess
The scimitars, they sold it to you for like for 16 gold pieces.
so. There's one scimitar for, and that's just a standard scimitar
Yeah, standard scimitar.
for 16 gold pieces.
Resistance, right?
Yeah, resistance to poison.
Thank you.
Same goes for alien. I have to expect that, but you guys have all your armor, like new weapons fixed. Where you see Nova is kind of looking around and looks at you, Giles.
Okay.
You have no patron, right? No.
Patron, you mean a god?
Yes. You have no god.
I shake my head. Maybe once, but not anymore.
Hmm. I would.
Should I add the returning property to my dagger?
Yes. Keep in mind, it only is towards the dagger for Theus.
Okay.
It's only for Theus.
Mm-hmm.
You see her. Do you wish to engage with the deity? If anything, I could use another champion. But it has to be
You
from
mean to
your own
make?
choice.
Oh, you mean to make me your disciple?
Disciple is much more of a cleric thing.
So a champion.
Yes. But
What do you stand for?
What do I stand for?
What are your ideals? What exactly am I supporting here?
You see her, like, tap one of her threads. You see this thread? This thread is connected to every reach of the cavern of Alkive. Alkive was my husband. Someone who watched over this cave, who bravely expedited this cave to where he found me. Now, he could have killed me. He could have killed those moles that I am getting as a few threads start bouncing that are in here. He could have done what you guys are trying to do, and that is searching for a specific item.
Hmm.
What I stand for is the main thing that scent I'm getting from you that Toma is. My devotion is protection, not one of vengeance, not one of breaking an oath, pure devotion.
Well, you definitely have quite a knowledge of this place, and as a paladin, I do kind of I am in need of a patron to unlock my full capabilities.
Yes, in certain sense. I mean, I tried to get Toma to join, but she declined. And you would think,
Why did she decline?
mainly because Toma is, well, Toma, she decides her own path. If anything, I've actually gave her an invitation to become one of my champions, just like Hugin did.
Did is Toma? I don't really know what her. I suppose she was just a person, just like me. No patron, nothing special.
Toma has told me a story that she used to believe, but now she's kind of hesitant.
I wonder why I wouldn't just become a patron of Toma. It would fit. But if
Yes,
she's no longer a,
but you would have to be, well, one of the deities. Toma is just like you, mortal. Me? I am
oh,
not
not a patron of
mortal.
Toma, a champion of Toma.
For to be like Toma, you really can't be her champion. You see, even though I'm mortal, I have reached a higher power to where the deities chase me as their own. Kind of like a demigod of some sort.
Oh, interesting.
Toma's
Well, okay.
Toma's pretty much
I'll
like
tell you
me,
what.
a full mortal.
I see. Now I'll tell you this. I I I think I will. I will accept your offer. Become your patron.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Do you see her literally shift her glasses off onto her chest? She's looking at you with all six of her eyes and squints. No.
I understand. So I just kind of, in my butlerly way, kind of straighten my suit, fold my arms behind my back, chin up,
I would
As you
accept
wish.
you. I would accept you as one of my champions, but you don't have devotion. Anything I can sense out of you is pure vengeance.
Is that not your thing?
I am to one who says that vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. But vengeance is not of devotion. Vengeance is about getting what you are missing. Devotion is about protecting others.
I see. I understand. Well, if that is your decision, I will respect.
But the offer does still stand if you do. Just as long as you take care of that little orderly. Even if you have vengeance of devotion, or mainly still not vengeance, I will still take you into my arms no matter what. Just don't expect any saving graces.
I was kind of, if I had a hat, I would tip my hat. I just kind of do a slight bow.
No, my my dear children, whenever you find Hugin, Osman, Toma, Iridian, and Umbria, bring them back, especially Hugin. We have some unfinished business.
Oh. You're speaking to all of us.
I'll say that as far as I know, Umbrea told me that Osmond still lives and that I should seek him. Do you have any idea where I would find him?
Toma is a man. I almost said Toma. Osman is a man that tends to keep himself uh, distant away, trying to cope his mind. I mean, the only thing I probably could tell you is maybe, hmm, let's say, look for Iridian's place. If not, look for Iridian's place. Maybe the museum I've heard about that has the original history of the Guardians. Maybe the museum could tell you.
I see. Thank you very much for your input. And I overheard what you were saying to my friend Giles that you're looking for a patron.
I
I
am.
don't really think the patron really matters much to me. As a paladin, a patron matters a lot to me. You know,
No, few druids do actually believe in religion.
Let him cook, as they say.
Is there something that you want to tell me, dear?
I I I I don't know how much that Umbrea meant to you. Um, I'm supposedly his reincarnation. It seems Umbrea and Osmond were very close.
You think Umbria and Osmond are close, you should see him and Toma.
I don't know much about them, but the first person he told me to find was Osmond. So I assumed they were close.
Well, they were.
Perhaps they just respected each other.
There was actually kind of like a strange thing going between those two. I don't think it's more of hormonal based, kind of like a brother on brother.
Like brothers.
Yeah,
Like pat you on the back, tell you you're stupid, even though they love each other.
yeah, pretty much. You're hiding something, aren't you?
I try to. It's the only thing I really have left to hold on to. It's my past.
Tell Lady Arachne what you're hiding.
I want to open up, believe me, I do. But I I feel it would benefit so little at the moment that I don't think I'm ready.
You're letting your fear lay down your past. Does something happen?
Do you mind? No, I don't really want to say this in front of everyone.
You see her sitting on like her hammock of web, and she taps. So,
I'll look around. Is anybody else in earshot?
no one seems to be within earshot.
Gotcha. I'll say my the town that I lived in, they they despise druids. My caretaker, I was raised in an orphanage, and she she taught me about nature. And when I learned she was expelled, I ran off to go find her. I I wanted to learn about her ways. I was curious. She taught me the ways of a druid. I ran away from home and I decided to live with her. I respected her for her devotion. I I didn't learn very much about her faith or her lifestyle, but she was really smart. She taught me a lot. A lot of what I know comes from her, but I'm afraid she's close to death now. She's getting very up in years. She was pretty old when I met her, but I'm worried. My hometown despises druids, and that is what I've become. I don't think I can ever go back.
You see her put both her hands on your cheek, where like she leans her head, like her forehead forward, closes her eyes as a glimmering light takes hold of you to where you can kind of like pan through, scoping throughout the land to where you just see her at her home, fixing up a little bit of her garden.
Uh,
You see, there's actually few. There's like a few people actually helping up, like talking to her. She's like engaging in like a bit of a conversation. There's like a few children near her always bringing her gifts and stuff. And there's like one kid kind of has like a similar resemblance to you of like magic wise because they display druids kind of like hidden to where he hands her a big like a big gift box. And she looks perfectly fine, and it zooms back to where she opens her eyes and moves back, removing her hands from your cheeks. So, what did you get? Skipping, at least from that vision.
you like children?
Yes. Yes.
They brought you many things.
Pretty much until one day this will happen. Transform into Lady Acme herself.
I didn't know any better, and I was a kid. I would just think you were wearing some sort of ceremonial costume and just forgot to take it off. But they were scared of you after that, weren't they?
Extremely for a fact, they would think a tiefling is the most hot thing that they could see, but remarkably, I am pretty much the main attraction of fear, except for those who just saw me breathing multiple.
I would think you would have chosen a safer place to live. We came from up the way there, and there's some pretty gnarly stuff in this cave. It's dangerous.
I mean, what isn't dangerous? Living where I'm constantly hunted and have those who actually support and actually do care that I'm breathing and get hurt or worse. The cave is just more secluded. And it's pretty much where I met my deceased husband, as I mentioned before.
I almost regret even bringing this up, but we were tasked by a notice board to explore this cave to bring back a chalice, but I had no idea we would run into you here and your home. If you want, I won't speak of this at all when we go back.
Um, if anything, at some point I probably need to move back to Mozambique.
They wouldn't mind if they knew you were here. Do they already know?
Mm, I would actually kind of hope that my sister Zilando actually would probably see me again.
Zealandia,
Yes, have you
you
heard of
said?
that name? Yeah, Zilando.
It doesn't ring a bell, but I will note it. How do you spell that?
Zilando. X
Z
X
X
apostrophe ILANDU. Zilando.
Zealandu. I think I wrote that down somewhere. Actually, no, no, I didn't. That's a new one. Um, yeah. So she lives in Nessumet, you said.
Mm-hmm. I
Is
mean,
she a tiefling?
yes, actually, she's also a tiefling.
Do you miss her?
Once,
Does she visit you?
trust me, I miss my sister more than anything. She visits Marathon. She sometimes sends some gift.
If you want, I can let her know that you're alive. Maybe she would take pleasure in knowing that.
You see her actually kind of like pulls like lowers in like a few threads, so there's a note and a. So she pulls out a picture and she holds up the picture for you to see. You see a female tiefling hammered in royalty with very kind of elven-like garbs with a little ring to where you can see her tummy's out. Like her tummy is very much out with her husband, who is an orc, holding the crown on his head, kind of like lean in, like feeling the kicks to where she's holding out. And this is very familiar to you. Actually, you know who this is.
I will say, I I may know who she is. I never noted her name. We went to her husband's blacksmith shop, I believe.
Blacksmith. And as
I
soon as
believe
like
he's a blacksmith.
you look forward to that photo, you definitely remember because the orc,
Yeah, oh, that was totally out of character. I'm
the
so sorry if that sounded like that, but like I
the
didn't do a check
orc,
or anything.
the orc in the picture is extremely familiar, and you kind of see in your mind grasping for the fact you've met these two like I wouldn't say like recently, like before you left out of Mesomic, you've met these characters the very first time.
I've known them for a while. I don't believe I've ever talked to them like
You, you see her, my
very
sister,
like deep conversation, but yeah,
my sister and a blacksmith.
she lives in Nezamik now.
My sister is a blacksmith. That's actually kind of interesting. She never wrote, but all I know is that her and her husband were expecting. Are you sure you were talking about the right couple?
Yeah, I can tell that's her.
Of royalty. As you're looking into the picture, give me a history.
History.
Mhm.
That is a natural 2. It's not very high. Natural 2 plus 3, 5.
You are noticing, looking back and forth, and looking at the eyes of both of Zilando and the eyes of Nova. You're putting two to two together, and then you look at the orc. That's the king and queen. King and queen of Nezamich.
I don't believe I've met the queen before, but the king, I know him. He gave us this mission, or he directed that we take it.
And see her.
Weird though.
My, I think my orc. Is that the plural term for it, or is it brother-in-law?
I believe they're married, king and queen.
So it'd be or so it'd be brother-in-law. It's expedition. If you're looking for the word, if you're looking for child, the only thing I can tell you it's either down those two paths. But pretty much all I can give you. And if you do see him and my sister, do tell him I do say hello.
I should tell them that Nova says hello and that she is well.
Mhm. And you should see that they should also. I might get some picture of the boys because it's been a while since she last seen the boys.
Oh, they're sons. Did we
Of
see them running around when we went in there at first? I have a
Oh no,
feeling
no,
we saw them run.
Nova is talking about her sons.
Gotcha.
Now the picture you can see for a fact that in the picture that she showed you of the king and queen of Mesomic, it's her, but uh, there's an adoptive elf and an adoptive orc. like running, like kind of like gazing, like looking at those two. So whenever like she's addressing like the boys, she's mainly talking about of Crane and Juarez, which is her sons that were helping you get the items.
Gotcha.
But pretty much all I can tell you guys is it's just down those two pathways.
Thank you very much. Now, just keep this between us. I'm not ready to share with my party.
My lips are sealed, but you have to tell them at some point.
I do. If I want them to really trust me, I can't keep this many secrets. I don't think I'm ready. Thank you again.
The time will tell if you're courageous enough. If you're willing to weep into death to fight with your group, then you can tell them the secret.
I stand up. I assume I was just kind of like sitting with my hands on my knees, like crisscross, just attentively listening. I'd stand up from the ground. And I'll say, thank you again. And I'll go back to reconvene the party.
And you just see her lay back on like her wet hammock as like a few of her wolf spiders kind of like jump up and like she's just actually kind of like having a little bit of their heads as they're cooling on her finger. You walk back to your group to where you see Aileen, Budar, Drift, and Giles kind of prepare and Sage, or like just prepare and like fix up their equipment as they're like sitting at the edge, looking at you. All right, so you ready to go?
Ready? I'm ready.
You see
Cool.
Aileen like starts stretching, and she's like kind of get his first. All right, guys, let's go, and just starts skipping away.
I would assume my pass without a trace is gone by now. We spent quite a bit of time.
It's done by now.
Would we
But
have completed a short rest at least? Not that
this
it would change anything, but
if anything, technically, yeah, it would have been a short rest, but that's actually where we're going to end for tonight.
all
Okay.
right. Oh, side note: has my alarm been tripped at all?
No, not yet.
All right. I think how much time has passed since we went into the cave? It has an 8-hour duration.
It has been 2 hours so far.
All right. 6 hours left in the alarm. We're good so far, so good.
But
Yep.
if anything,
Thank you for the session. This was more than I hoped for. So,
a little bit of like a heartwarming session, kind of getting like a little bit to pieces, getting like new gear. Everybody have fun, good night, and tomorrow will be Tuesday.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Good night, guys.
Nah.